Hello Gemini, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Gemini for the middle of November. Now Gemini, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Gemini, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a DM from somebody, that is not me, that is someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. I also offer daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment to let me know what you think. I like to do a Celtic cross spread here for these middle of the month readings. So let me just make sure everything's set up. I do like to take 3 cards here to clarify as we go along. And we'll get right into it. All right. Yeah, it looks just about good enough to me. Great. Energy on the bottom. You have the Queen of Wands. So this is a really nice card to find. This is the energy of attraction. Okay, the Queen of Wands is an incredibly attractive person, not just to people in relationship situations. Okay, they're capable of, if the Queen of Wands wants to date someone, guess what? The Queen of Wands will go date someone because they are that attractive in love, in romance. But this extends out much further. This also extends out to the workplace. If you've been looking to change career situations, if you've been looking to change job, Queen of Wands will always have suitors. Okay, they will always be able to find another role or another job somewhere else because they are talented. And along with that, Queen of Wands' main thing is the ability to juggle tasks and priorities and also be a creative type of person, be a creative leader, do anything with creative work. And so they can juggle tasks, they can juggle priorities, they do it with an element of passion, talent, and creativity that's hard to find. So for some of you, it's very good to see that on the bottom. I do feel like you have caught someone's eye here in love, but I also feel like this could extend out, in this case, in another area as well, whether or not it's business or... I actually feel like, I don't know that you're moving jobs. We'll have to see as we go along, but I feel like something in your workplace has gone well recently where like maybe you are at the center of attention in some way. So see what else we have here. In the middle, you have, so this is your current influence. You have the Devil, okay? This is a card of our shadows, as I like to say. This is the repressed hidden sides of ourselves that we don't like to show people. You know, this can mean that we are holding a secret or we are not coming clean about something. You know, I'm trying to think in this reading, I do see all this fire on the energy, even though the Devil is obviously its own thing. We have 2 Wands cards here, but I'm just feeling like with this card, I would say be careful of being too fiery at this point where you are off-putting to other people who can maybe help you in your career situation. I also feel like, you know, this is potentially, we could be talking about greed. We could be talking about any sort of addiction as well. And remember, addictions are not just substances. You can have an addiction to video games, to eating, to negative thinking is one that people miss. And actually, the Devil can be associated with just negativity or a challenging person. You know what? Some of you could be dealing with a challenging person in the workplace. I do feel like maybe that's what's going on here. Anyway, as we look forward here in your problem position, so the 5 of Cups is coming in for the problem position. And this is somebody who is disappointed, okay? They're sitting in disappointment. You can see they're thinking about the 3 Cups, and actually the 3 of Cups card there is spilled on the grass. And for them, it's like, in their mind, they feel like, you know what? Not only do I not see the 2 cups behind me that are overflowing, but I also don't feel like things are going to get better. And so it's more about being trapped in what was or what could have been. And I think I'm getting a bunch of stories here with this Devil and this 5 of Cups where it's like some of you are in a self-perpetuating situation here, where it's like negative thought leads to another negative thought, which leads to another negative thought, and so forth and so on. And that's what I'm getting with the energy here with the Devil and the Five of Cups. And this could be applied to any situation I'm feeling, because we have a plethora of different areas here on the board. But things are going to start to get much better for you. In the past, you have the Star, okay? You may have recently had an opportunity to heal from something. Maybe it was heartbreak for some of you, because the Star is somebody who is sitting in healing waters, okay? This is also a genie on the card, indicating that they are somebody who grants wishes. And on top of that, this card tells you that there is hope and optimism for the future. Some of you, though, are looking very attractive to people at this time, Gemini, with the Star and the Queen of Wands. There's no question about that, as well as the Knight of Wands here. And the Three of Pentacles. I mean, we have all of these sort of indicators that I would look for. So I feel like, you know, if you are not feeling great about yourself here, that's going to change with this Star card. But also in the future here, you have the Ace of Cups, which is a card of a really positive card. This is new romantic situations coming into your life here. Okay, this is new love entering. This can mean also just new happy situations entering. If like romance, if relationships, if those things are not on your mind right now, or you're already committed, you're already in a great relationship, this Ace of Cups can indicate a new beginning that truly makes you happy, where your cup is overflowing. It's like, it can also come in the form of luxuries, you know, going out to eat somewhere that you like to go at, you know, going for a second round of whatever you're having. It can mean anything like that, but it can also indicate like the start of a new project as well. If you've been looking to do some sort of creative work, which some of you could be doing here with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Some of you may be doing creative work as well here, trying to get something off the ground. That could also be coming in. But there's a happy new beginning here. I feel like you've been healing from something. And there's also just this maybe feeling of like perpetuating issues that I feel like maybe you want to look at. On your mind here, on your conscious awareness, you have the Magician, which is interesting because this is like the divine masculine, which we can say is like logic, conscious, what you're aware of, what you're clearly aware of, as opposed to the subconscious, the intuitive, which is the divine feminine. And you know, this Magician card here showing up is you recognizing that you have all four suits of the tarot available to you, which you do. I see most of them here. Am I wrong? Swords, Cups, Wands. What are we missing? Pentacles. Swords, Cups, Wands, Pentacles. You have literally everything you need here. And it's all within you, and you have the ability to make something out of it. Okay. And with that, the Magician is the master manifester. So you have everything you need at your disposal. You don't need to go buy anything. You don't need to take a course on this particular issue. And so for you, it's transmuting or alchemizing these negative, the Devil and the Five of Cups, transmuting them into something positive, I feel like is what you're doing here. And in the subconscious, in the lower row, the intuitive or the unseen, you have the Knight of Wands. So this is a card that can signify like you being ready to move to a new residence, maybe traveling, taking a cross-country road trip, traveling somewhere far, going a great distance. It's also somebody who is incredibly skilled at what they do, and in that way you can think of the Knight of Wands as the maverick in the tarot, because again, this is another card, a high skill card. It's another card, like everybody wants to know the Knight of Wands, everybody wants to know the Queen of Wands. So you have these sorts of energies here with the Star, the Knight, and the Queen of Wands, where it's like people really like, people are taking an interest in you, and I'll get into why even more so. But in the future here, you have in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Justice card, you have karma on your side, okay? You have acted with integrity, and you will get the outcome you deserve. And I think in this case, the karmic scales are tipping in your favor as opposed in the other direction here, because I feel like there's just going to be a point here, a moment here in the future for you where you're going to like drop your swords and you're going to say, you know what, I don't need to spend time struggling all day. Like, I don't need to spend time feeling sorry for myself in this like this self-perpetuating feeling of disappointment here. I feel like you're working through that here, and you will be divinely like rewarded, if you will, with this Justice card showing up. So you also have the Six of Swords. Some of you may indeed be traveling with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Swords here, maybe in the future, maybe in November, between now and December, something like that going on here. Others of you, what's going on here, this is the external influence. You are sailing forward. Like, you are taking your swords with you. You're dropping your swords, but you're taking your swords to wherever you're going next. And you are kind of going through this rite of passage where you're going to make a decision here where you're not staying in disappointment. You're not sitting in disappointment anymore. And I feel like there's a real mindset shift that's coming forward for you here, Gemini, where you're like on the other side of wherever this person's sailing towards, it's clear skies. And especially here with the Ace of Cups, you'll know where you're going here in the future. So in the hopes and fears, you have the Nine of Swords. So this is somebody who's having a nightmare. And what do we know that the subconscious realm is where you go when you dream. Whatever's sitting in your subconscious is coming out in dreams. And so I feel like, this is kind of doubling down to get this in the hopes and fears. This is kind of doubling down that you are sitting in fear. You're not only sitting in disappointment, but you're fearful around something, because that's what the meaning of this card is by default. But to get it in that position as well is sort of like doubling down on the meaning. So whatever came up for you here when I've been reading this Five of Cups Devil card is what this is referring to, okay? And I would really, really, really pay attention to your dreams. I would start a dream log. If you don't have a dream log, I'd really like start paying attention to patterns that are coming through in the subconscious at this time for you, because it could be very helpful to understand what may be going on below the surface here. And I feel like part of this is the alchemy that you're doing. In the outcome, once again, you have this Three of Pentacles. This is being rewarded and recognized potentially by your teamwork or your group environment that you're a part of. And like I said, there's this real feeling of sort of limelight, star power, getting recognized, getting noticed, someone having their eye on you, whether that's romantic or, in this case, if it's work related. Like, you could be catching the eye of your boss or something like that, and they may come forward to offer you a job raise or a higher paying position, or maybe you get transferred to another department where you're getting paid more, you have a bigger role, something like that going on here. With this Three of Pentacles, I feel like is happening for some of you. So I feel like you have a roadblock, clearly, with the Five of Cups and the Devil, and the Nine of Swords, but literally everything else, there's like something being birthed here that's going to make you feel much happier on the other side of it. And so I think that's definitely something good and something to look forward to. Let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more. And you have a really nice combination here. I'll read these two cards together. They came one after the other. You have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Love this combination, okay? So for some of you, this could be like a self-employment combination. The reason being is the Ace of Wands is like a card of side hustles. It's whatever you're passionate about, turning that into like income. It can also indicate when you start an enterprise under the energy, or a business under the energy of the Ace of Wands, it typically is a good thing. And the Page of Wands can indicate a job offer or a career opportunity that you're investigating. It can also indicate contracts coming in if you're freelance work, or doing something like this if you do your sort of own work, more customers, more clients, things like that. But for some of you, there could be a new passionate job offer, like a job that you're more passionate about coming in. The Page of Wands on another level can just indicate invitations from the universe, especially with the Ace of Wands. Both of these cards, in some respects, can indicate invitations coming in from the divine, from the hidden, from the universe. And it can also just indicate good news. It's a really, really, really only positive combination to get. So I love to see that for you. Thing is, you have this Five of Swords too. Those invitations, those new starts that you're getting here could come after some sort of loss or defeat five from the Five of Swords. And the thing is, that person is down, but they're not out in the Five of Swords image. So it's totally recoverable, and I see you recovering from it because you have that Ace of Wands, Page of Wands situation. So you have this card that wanted to come forward, not the right time. Let's see what else that might be. Okay, I think that's clarifying it. Within the next few weeks. So this may not happen like literally as you're watching the video. I do feel like these middle of the month November readings are extending out from now until like January, so like into 2022. I just have felt like that for everybody. So you're getting no, get more information and ask for help from others. So potentially a rejection here that leads you to explore something new in your career. And that's what I feel like is going on here for a lot of you. I also feel like there are good people though around you at this time, and there's like there's some situation involving others here is what's coming through in the cards pretty clearly. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we get. Let's pull some additional cards here to see what else wants to come forward. All right. All right, so you have message, change, message of concern, thief, main female, and pathway. Just as I said, you have nice people around you. It doesn't mean you don't. It's just, I do feel like you're getting attention from somebody, and you want to make sure that someone's not taking that offensively in any way with the thief card. As I always like to say in my readings, like when you get to a level of success in your career where you're getting noticed and everything like that, like there are people that just are not going to have a good time with that. And it's unfortunate, but that's kind of part of where we are as a collective right now. And so some of you may be dealing with that situation. I do feel like there's going to be like you handing in a 2-week notice and like maybe changing jobs or like changing location in some way, like you delivering a bad news to somebody. But the reason you're doing this is because you're in pursuit of some sort of new pathway that feels divinely guided or inspired and probably more aligned with you. So really enjoyed this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. Check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.